Last week, I posted the story on Instagram asking you if you have any Amazon-related questions, and I got flooded with questions. So I thought I'll put all of the details in today's YouTube video. Now, because we got so many questions, we decided to separate them into two separate sections, and I'm gonna be going through them quickly and efficiently so that you can get all of the information that you need. So whether you're starting off on Amazon or you're already selling on Amazon, I bet you the information in this video is gonna be very valuable, and I'm very excited to dive into your questions. So let's get to work. Hi, I'm Crystal from the Amazon Sellers Society. So let's get started with section number 1 of the questions, and that's getting started with the basics. Question number 1, a question that I get asked a lot, is do I need a trade license or a business license to sell on Amazon UAE or KSA? Now, let me talk about Amazon UAE first, and then I'll answer Amazon KSA. Yes, even though on Amazon UAE, as of me filming this video, you technically still can register and open your account as an individual. However, legally speaking, to conduct any commercial activity in the UAE, yes, you do need a business license. However, you have several options of business licenses, starting off with the very cost-effective DED e-trader business license, which sets you back around 1,000 to 1,300 dirhams, I believe. This DED e-trader license was previously not allowed on Amazon, and it was only available for Emirati nationals. However, with the great effort of Dubai SME team and the Dubai Economy and Tourism Department, yes, now this e-trader license can be used to sell on Amazon, and this cost-effective license is also open to any person from any country as long as you are a resident of the UAE. Second type of business license, I'm sure you've heard about it, is the free zone business license, which is also a cost-effective business license, setting you back around anywhere between 5,000 all the way up, depending on the activities, depending on the free zone. And yes, a free zone business license is 100% owned by you, even if you are a national, if you're not an Emirati. And lastly, you've got the highest type of business license known as a mainland business license. So your business license will be in mainland Dubai. And yes, the adjustments have been made to the laws and regulations of this business license. You can now own this business 100% without having a local partner. Now let's talk about KSA. For Saudi Arabia, a year or a year and a half ago, Amazon removed the option of sellers even being able to open their account as individuals. So yes, you do need a CR, a business license. However, it's important to note that on Amazon, for both UAE and KSA, you do not need a business license from the same country, just to make it clear. So we have a very, very in-depth video. I will link it in the description box of this video. I'll leave it somewhere also if you can click on the screen and watch it, that goes through the actual details of opening and registering an account on Amazon. So you do need a business license, but let's say you live in Saudi Arabia and you're an expat, which means it's impossible for you, very difficult for you to open a business without having a local partner. So you might opt to register a company in the UAE, own it 100%, and use that company to sell on Amazon in Saudi. For more information, I would prefer that you refer to the video about opening an account on Amazon, full information there. Question number 2, can I sell in Saudi Arabia if my company is registered in the UAE and vice versa? Already answered this question. Yes, many sellers in the UAE expand to Saudi Arabia using their UAE business license and vice versa. All you need to figure out is the tax requirements because you would be selling in another country. Question number 3, do I need to register for VAT before I start selling? Technically speaking, for both the UAE and Saudi Arabia, VAT registration is mandatory. VAT registration is mandatory when you reach a certain threshold, and that's about 375,000 dirhams in annual sales. Once you reach that threshold, it is mandatory for you to register for VAT. Of course, this only applies if you are a local company selling locally. So it does not apply if you are a UAE company selling in Saudi Arabia, as an example. Now, the 375,000 dirhams is the accumulation of sales for your company, not necessarily just for what you're selling on Amazon, of course. However, what tends to happen is Amazon just, whenever you open an Amazon seller account, Amazon does send you an email, which is an automated email that Amazon sends everyone asking you for your VAT registration. So what I see is sellers tend to register for VAT at that level, thinking that it's mandatory. It is not actually mandatory until you reach the 375,000 dirhams. Of course, I'm not a financial expert. I'm not a tax expert. I'm only an Amazon expert. So I am going to leave the links to our preferred tax partners in the description box of this video. I would suggest that you reach out to somebody professional so that you can get the right information for your situation. Question number 4. Do I need separate accounts for UAE and KSA? Yes and no. Because if you do want to sell on Amazon, in Amazon KSA, and you want to have your products in KSA physically, then yes, you do need 2 separate accounts. However, you have an opportunity of utilizing the remote fulfillment option, which was recently, as of July 2025, launched by Amazon here in the UAE, where your products can be sitting in the Amazon warehouses in the UAE and sold on Amazon KSA without you physically having to ship them, without you physically having to list them, without you physically having to open another account or registering for VAT. If you are not really familiar with this program, of course, we have an in-depth tutorial about it in both English and Arabic. I will leave all the details linked in the description box of this video. You already know at this point. So my question is yes and no, depending on your situation. Okay, so I'm done with the basic questions of setting up your business. I got tons of questions related to fees, advertising, products, all of that stuff. So let's dive into section number 2, products, fees, and restrictions. Question number 5, what are the main fees on Amazon UAE and Saudi Arabia? 3 main fees. Number 1, first fee is referral fee. This is a fee that every single seller has to pay. Think about it as a commission. It's not a fixed fee because it's a percentage of your selling price. If you decide to discount your price, then the fee will go down. If you decide to increase your selling price, then the fee will go up. On average, depending on which marketplace you're selling in, the lowest category fee is about 5% and the highest category fee is 15% on Amazon. You can go to sell.amazon.ae or sell.amazon.sa to see all of the fee schedule. Second fee is FBA fee. Obviously, if you watch any video on this channel, you know my love and passion for the FBA program. I'm not going to dive into it, but the FBA service, for those of you that don't know, is fulfillment by Amazon, meaning you ship your inventory over to the Amazon warehouse, and once a customer orders the product, they pick, pack, and deliver it over to the customer. This is a service-based fee. It is not related to the selling price of your product. You can sell the product at 10 dirhams or you can sell it at 1,000 dirhams. It's not going to change the FBA fee because it's a service-based fee and it is based on the size and weight of your product. Hence why for very large, oversized products, refrigerators, washing machines, 70-inch TVs, FBA might not be the right option for you. Now, FBA fees start off at 7 dirhams and can go all the way to maybe even 30 dirhams depending on the size of the product. And lastly, storage fees. Storage fees are so ridiculously low in both UAE and Saudi Arabia that they are almost nothing if you divide them per unit. So you pay 3 dirhams in the UAE for every cubic foot that you warehouse inside of Amazon per month. So if you divide that on each and every product, it's not going to eat up a lot into your profitability as long as the inventory is not sitting in Amazon's warehouse for a very long time. Question number 6, what products are restricted in the UAE and Amazon KSA? Well, you know, any product that is restricted in these countries in general will be also restricted on Amazon. Things like alcohol, tobacco, and certain different types of supplements, certain types of ingredients, religious items, all of those things will be restricted, so you might as well just do your due diligence. One thing to note is I have this note on my laptop in my notes that it's also very much important to understand that restricted means absolutely not allowed to sell, but require approval means something else. There are a lot of products that you want to sell on Amazon, mostly anything in the consumable category, food, supplements, beauty products. All of those just require additional approval. They're not restricted, and you require certain certifications to be allowed to sell them on Amazon. I'm gonna dive a little bit more into that detail in question number 8. Let's move on to question number 7. Do I need brand registry to start selling? Absolutely not. Brand registry, a trademark, is not a requirement. It's an additional feature of selling on Amazon. If you have your own brand and you've trademarked it, you might as well use it on Amazon. Maybe you're thinking whether or not you should trademark. I would recommend, if you have the budget, it makes sense for you, do it. Because if you do trademark and you register that trademark on Amazon, you'll be able to have A+ content, which means you can add a video, you can add additional images, you can create a store. All of that will play a really, really big and vital role in improving your sales on Amazon. Oh, and not to forget, it will protect your brand from hijackers and copycats. Number 8, can I sell food, cosmetics, or supplements on Amazon, UAE, and KSA? What approvals are needed? Yes, you can sell these products, but of course, these are heavily regulated products. Anything that is consumable is heavily regulated in both the country as well as the platform, because think about it, these are serious products. So in the UAE, mostly these types of products would require a Muntaji certification, which you get from the Dubai municipality. It is a much easier process than in Saudi Arabia. In Saudi Arabia, you would need SFDA, Saudi Food and Drug Authority, for you to get approval to sell food, cosmetics, and stuff like that. If you do not have those approvals and those certifications, you might not be able to even import your products into these countries, let alone sell them on Amazon. And that's it. Those are all of the questions. I know you've got plenty more questions. Drop them in the comments section below. I'll be answering questions in each and every upcoming video, or make sure that you follow us on Instagram if you want direct access to me and the team so that we can help and support you. Thank you so much for watching the video. Make sure that you subscribe to the channel, like this video, support us so that we can put out more and more content just for you. Thank you so much. Bye.